Hello everyone, this is the Jackal's first ranking video. This is our ranking of all the monsters from Lethal Company, so let's just go ahead and jump right on in. So for the first set of monsters or things, these ones are the ones that pretty much just do nothing. They just add ambience. Usually, last place is just as interesting as first place. However, not this case, because in last place is the roaming locusts. They just provide ambience and they're too small to make any real detail out of. Next up at 26 are the manticoils. They also provide ambience, but at least they are more detailed than the locusts. At number 25, we have the spore lizard. He's just super cute, super adorable, and he's actually helped me out a bit. I got lost in the mansion and it led me out.
Thank you sir, thank you good sir.
However, this cute little dude is super avoidable. In fact, he avoids you. In at 24, we have the masked hornets. Honestly, we haven't stumbled upon them yet, and they look pretty avoidable, so with that, they go here, but could be subject to change. Number 23 is the Kidnapper Fox. This creature had a fun premise but was removed. I hope it could be fixed soon, as I quite liked it, but for now it sits low because it doesn't exist anymore. The Vein Shroud comes in at number 22. It is responsible for the Kidnapper Fox and is also on hiatus. But it is needed to summon the Kidnapper Fox, so it just goes here. Our next category of monsters is the avoidable monsters. At number 21 is the Hydrogur. A very slow monster and takes a few hits to kill you, so it's pretty avoidable. We've run into it a few times, and honestly just jumping over it is a good strategy. At number 20 we have the Hoarding Bug. This little dude is just mainly a nuisance. Sometimes I feel like it's a 50% chance of going wrong with this guy, as it usually doesn't do much, but he has done us in a few times, and vice versa. 19 we have the Tulip Snake, one of our new favorites, and this little guy is hilarious, and just causes funny moments. Honestly, we let this guy attack us as it's just funny watching him fly us around. We have the Giant Sapsucker at 18. We haven't seen enough of this thing to really rank it justice, but for now it sits comfortably here as it's avoidable but intimidating.
Hey, we're cool. Alright, I'm done.
At 17 we have the Baboon Hawk. Honestly, this creature can be dangerous, but we've never had a really problem with them. They're pretty goofy, honestly. At number 16 we have the Circuit Bees. These are usually avoidable, but when you go for them, they can be really dangerous and make up a lot of our deaths. But the Beehive is super worthwhile. Our next category of monsters is the avoidable but dangerous. In at number 15 we have the Snare Flea. This creature can be avoidable if you're paying attention, but usually not, and it can be stopped. But we always come in ill-prepared and just get a funny show out of it.
He's got the worm on his face. Do you hear him talking? Oh!
Next at number 14 we have the Bunker Spider. Usually you can outrun these guys unless you get cornered. They also don't do too much damage, but can be very dangerous. Number 13 we have the Butler. We haven't run into this monster yet, but through its premise and the way we work, unless we're using an inverse teleporter, but in a group he's not aggroed, but alone we can see the danger, hence the placement. 12 we have the Ghost Girl. She hasn't made too many appearances with us, but she is terrifying, which is why she gets this placement. At 11 we have the Earth Leviathan. It is more annoying than anything, but can get a jump on you if you're not paying attention.
He got the worm too. Why is he so unlucky with the worms?
Starting the top 10 we have the Eyeless Dog. This one is also fun as it is terrifying. It can lead to annoying and funny moments, and it's just a classic to run into. Our next category is Scary Fun. At number 9 we have the Barber. He is just too slow to be a real threat, but if you get caught, you are cut in half, which I find fun and scary. Plus, hearing him move around is pretty terrifying. At number 8 we have the Jester, a scary monster but usually on the slower side of anticipation, which is good to escape him, but bad because we've escaped him. At number 7 we have the Masked, one of my personal favorites as it mimics your crew. If you have the Mimic Voice mod, this one is pretty fun, and can tear apart your team pretty quickly if you get lost. In at number 6, we have Ryan's son, the Bracken, a classic monster we have fun with all the time. Scary, but we're so used to it, it's more on the fun side. Plus we know how to constantly avoid it as long as we know it's there.
Please survive it. Survive it. No! I saw all of that go down.
Our final category we call the Nightmares. Starting off the top 5 with scary monsters is Old Bird, a giant robot that has a very slow startup time to get things done and to get out of there, because once it awakens, it's near impossible to retreat. But it's hilarious too when it goes off and you get stranded.
Vents, open up! 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 Open up! Open up! Open the door!
At number 4 we have the Forest Keeper, another classic monster that always has the same reaction when you come across it unprepared. Usually we make fun of it in the ship, but outside the ship it makes fun of us.
Ryan, we're I just see a blood wire.
In the top 3 we have the Man-Eater, an absolutely insane monster we fell in love with and were terrified with instantly. Starts off as a cute baby, but once it grows into a pure nightmare fuel monster, that was one hell of an encounter when we first saw it. At number 2 we have the Coilhead, absolutely terrifying when it shows up. Yes, it can be avoided, but it leads to situations like this.
Alright, come on. Alright. Dude, that got all of us!
It deserved the spot of number 2. In at number 1 is the Thumper, a classic monster we've run into constantly, allowing it to constantly terrify us and kill us. Seeing and hearing one is you know you are cooked, especially if you are deep within the facility. It has created the most reactions out of us, and because we see it so much, it's why it comes out on top instead of the Coilhead or Man-Eater. While recording, I completely forgot about the Nutcracker. Let's just put him in between the Jester and the Masked, because that makes a lot of sense for the Nutcracker. Scary premise, but avoidable. Well, that's our list. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you agree with the list or disagree, please talk about it in the comments. I want to know what monsters you think are scary or funny. Until next time, everybody, we are the Jackals.
Oh, it's right under the shit.
Go! Oh my god! Come on, Ryan, come on! No, Jake, close the door!